Hello everyone! This is your Mommy Sharon. Again, this is your Mommy Sharon in the house and welcome back sa ating pong Sharon Talk. And today we are going to feature my journey in taking up the Ielts exam for general training. So, bakit ba tayo kumukuha nito? And there are two types actually of IELTS. One for academic and one for general training. So, I will explain to you later what are the differences between them. So, I will show you also how I managed to review and was able to pass and get the mark that I'm expecting of myself. And I will also show you some tips on how to do the review and the techniques when taking up the IELTS exam. So see you in a while. Reading tips, you need to do paraphrasing, thesis, and also you can add paragraphing by using your lexical length and the strength, and also the conclusion. Don't forget the conclusion at the end of your writing. So, ayun nga po. So, that's what I mean. Ganon po kakapal yung ni-review ko during the IELTS, to get the IELTS examination. Kasi very tricky po yung mga questions nila doon. Unlike in the other exams na pwede mo sa uluhin. Kasi especially like in my case, it's a general training course. So, it's a different kind of questionnaires. And even so, yung sa speaking test, which I get 7.5, is also a tricky question sa section 4, dun sa part 4 ng questionnaires. So, ang tinitingnan nila is the lexical, which means grammar, and the use of your idiomatic expressions, the linking words, the tenses. They are very particular with that. So those are the tips that you need to know when you speak. So it doesn't have to be really, a quick or fast way of talking. As long as the pronunciation is good, the vocabularies are there, and you're using the correct vocabularies, and you are using the correct linking verbs, words, and what else? Some kind of idiomatic expressions, and as long as the idea also is spontaneous. So those are the tips that you need to know upon doing the review for the speaking test. Now, for the listening, sometimes they said it's easy, but it's not, especially if you're not used to the accents of the speaker. So, kailangan wise kayo doon, and your ears is really focused on what the questions are being asked. Because sometimes, like what happened to me, I remember there was this question that it's supposed to be silent and bored. So I was thinking upon the sentence when I put silent first and then bored underneath. So when I finally come to my senses, I erase silence and I use bored, which is more, how should I say, which is more, the exact term that they are using, which is more suitable in the sentences. Okay, and in writing naman, you need to have the vocabularies as well, the spontaneity of the idea, and upon starting your essay, you need to do paraphrasing, and then paragraphing, and then the pros and cons of the questionnaires, and then later on the conclusion. So those are the 4 things that you need to remember, okay? First, the paraphrasing. Second, the pros and cons. And third, paragraphing. And lastly is the conclusion. And mind you, there is this task 1 is 150 words and task 2 is 250 words. Yung 250 words, if you will not count it, back and forth ng paper yan. So, so sulat ka lang, and make use of your hidden vocabularies, and that will count a lot. Yung mga pauses, yung mga periods, commas, semicolons, they are also particular with that. They mark it. But most likely, the 4 points is very important, okay? So most of the errors are coming from that. if you don't know how to use linking words and the tenses. Yan. So, kaya kailangan very mindful tayo. It's, I kinda have a low grade in that, 5.5. Kaya nga, I wanted to be honest to get I wanna retake because I wanted to get a higher mark with my writing because it's one of my best skill writing, and I'm very good in essay. Unfortunately, I was so pressured that time. Like before we start the exam, I'm already wanting to pee, and it took me like 2 hours and 10 minutes before the exam finishes. That's the only time I was allowed to go to the toilet. So the 10 minutes, the 10 minutes that is the remaining 10 minutes, I have to check on it. So when I was checking on it, it was kind of good. So when again recheck it, and I found out that the question, the second question in task 2 is not suitable with my answer. So I have to erase it very quickly. Kaya I think that's the part where I get it wrong. But the rest are, and the paragraphing. And I know really that's my mistake. That is why I wanted to redo it and get another exam. You know, I have seven band so overall, but the thing is, I wanted to redo my writing. It's not because of the application for Canada, but it's because I wanted to prove to myself that I can do better than the score. Ayun. So in reading, yan, honest ako dyan. I am kind of having a hard time with the reading. You know, when you're taking the exam and it's under time pressure, everybody gets this inconvenience. So even yung thought mo, I remember I got the part where I was really kind of blacked out na I have to really relax myself because of the time pressure. When I was doing the task 1 in reading, in writing, really I experienced a blackout and I cannot understand the question. Honestly, I cannot understand the question. But then I come to my senses, I relax, I breathe in and breathe out. So those are the tips. So relax. So huwag kang ma-nervyos. Because if you get that feeling, then it will be hard for you to focus on and concentrate with the examination. Another thing in the reading is the skimming. You need to know how to do the skimming. I was told about that, but even so, it took me kind of difficulties with the reading because the section 4 is quite difficult for me with the paragraphs and getting the right discussion on it. So I was like, I'm in a hurry, so I was like, okay, let it be. So I've been erasing many times in the section 4, but I got section 1 and section 2 well, and that's the only point that I got. I think because I have a same like 5.5 in my reading, though I need only 4, but you know, with my age and my experience and with my position with the work, so I needed to prove myself something else. After 20 years, I haven't been doing the studies only because of pandemic. So I think pandemic, in spite of that, I was able to go back to studying and you know, like refreshing my vocabularies as well. So it's difficult, you know, if you're not practicing even the fluency on your enunciation, your pronunciation. So it's kind of different. But when it's natural to you and you have that, it will come. But you still need to practice. This is the best thing. Practice. And I will suggest that if you can enroll yourself, because there are some tips that the teacher can tell you during the actual course. However, there are many YouTube tutorials, and it will help you a lot. Okay? So these are the tips, and this is my journey. This was my journey in taking up Ielts. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope that I was able to help you. So, Salam Hamida po. Bye-bye. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I can help you out. All right? Bye.